What's up everyone, this is Martin from Gym Performance. Welcome back on my channel. Today's video is for those who have back pain whilst or after doing ab exercises. So on my channel you can find a lot of six-pack ab workouts, specific exercises to build a strong core, and oftentimes people would comment and tell me that they actually don't feel it in their abs, but instead their lower back is hurting or they can feel it in the legs, which is obviously not the goal. Now, there is two common reasons why this happens. Number one, we use wrong form, wrong technique, or number two, the abs are simply not strong enough to do a certain exercise. So today we're going into it and see what you can do about it so you eventually feel it in your abs and no longer in your lower backs nor in your legs. Let's talk form first. So when we do ab exercises such as the hanging leg raises, the plank crunches, you obviously want your abs to do the work and no other muscles. And for this we need to be in a certain position. So we basically differentiate between posterior and anterior pelvic tilt. So I'm standing now right away in a neutral position, and what anterior pelvic tilt looks like is basically your butt tucks out, your lower back is arched a little bit, makes your belly stand out a bit. So this is like an exaggerated form of the anterior pelvic tilt, which we don't want to do whilst doing ab exercises, okay? Then the opposite, let me show you. The opposite is the posterior pelvic tilt. So basically the butt tucked in, lower back is flat, and this way I can engage my abs now much better. So this is basically the situation I want you to be in when you do the plank or any ab exercise. And what I recommend you is simply doing these two positions a few times. So go from anterior pelvic tilt to posterior pelvic tilt to just notice the difference. Do that a few times in front of the mirror. Really focus on that. Okay, I'm going to do that a few more times. Anterior pelvic tilt and then posterior pelvic tilt. Okay. So once you've done that exercise a few times and realized the difference between anterior and posterior pelvic tilt, it's time to apply that and actually do the ab exercises the correct way. So what you're going to do here is a plank. The mistake that many people do, they go in a plank position like that, and as you can see, I'm in an anterior pelvic tilt position, meaning my abs don't do a lot. Instead, I can feel the pain on my lower back. Wrong. Again, we want to be in a posterior pelvic tilt position, meaning we're going to tuck in our butt and really engage our core, which looks like this. Much harder, but if you can see now, my abs are engaged, glutes are hard, butt is tucked in, and this way I can actually feel it on my abs. Now obviously I can not hold the plank position for very long, because again it's like the pressure is on the abs, and once the abs give up, then it's just over. On the other hand, what people do, and what is actually a mistake, the abs give up and then the lower back takes over. So they go from a posterior pelvic tilt position into anterior pelvic tilt, and then all the stress is basically on the lower back, which then leads to lower back pain. Makes sense? So I'm gonna demonstrate it one more time. So wrong position to right position, okay? Wrong, strain on my lower back. Now my abs do the work. Now the same applies to any other ab exercise. So if I want to do a crunch, so instead of doing this, now my lower back is like in the air. Like I have no chance to contract my abs. But now posterior pelvic tilt. So again, butt tucked in, lower back on the ground. Now I can feel it. Now my abs do the work. Okay. So apply that to any ab exercise there is, and you will feel like a massive difference. Like perhaps you can no longer do as many reps, but your abs are doing now the work and you get rid of lower back pain. Okay. Now you know the right technique, you know how to do ab exercises with proper form. If you still having lower back pain or leg pain, so if you do like, let's say, crunch or hanging leg raises and you feel it afterwards in your legs, or like just like this part here right below your hips, your hip flexor, then chances are you do an exercise that is not appropriate for your fitness level. Meaning, basically, your abs are not strong enough and other muscles take over. That's actually the problem. And when other muscle groups take over, it's just logical that you can no longer feel it in your abs. Instead, again, your hip flexors, they often take over, and this is then the case when you do 50 sit-ups, you get up and say, dude, I cannot feel anything in my abs, but it hurts like right here, the hips. This is then the case. So how to fix that? The solution to this problem is actually straightforward, super simple. Choose exercises that suit your current fitness level, okay? Super simple. So let's say you cannot do hanging leg raises. So hanging leg raises, you hold onto a bar, go with your legs and your feet up all the way, touch the bar, go all the way down. This is super freaking difficult. There is an easier variation, hanging knee raises. Hold on to a bar, go up with your knees all the way up, knees right to your chest, all the way down again. Okay, if you're still too weak for those exercises, meaning you still feel your lower back or your legs, then do an exercise that is just way simpler. This is basically your body saying you need to get stronger. You're not there yet. Abs are too weak, so other muscle parts take over. So I'm going to show you some very, very simple ab exercises that strengthen your core and suit, especially beginner who cannot do yet advanced exercises such as hanging leg raises or even hanging knee raises. What I'm going to do now is simply do some very basic exercises that everyone can do at home to strengthen abs, strengthen the core. Again, it's very, very simple. I'm going to take off my shirt so you can see that these exercises are actually working the core. I'm not going to comment on the exercises, just a demonstration on how these look like. So by now you know that you need to do the exercises with proper form. You need to choose exercises that actually suit your fitness level. And then what I want to add here is that warming up certainly helps. So before you do the workout, make sure you warm up, make sure that you do some dynamic stretches, that you loosen up the tight muscles so that you actually can do these exercises, that you are mobile enough to even get into the anterior pelvic tilt, right? Because it's super stiff, then you might have trouble even get into this position. And then also super important, if you want to have a strong core, what helps is simply lifting weights, okay? Even when you do a bench press or a bent over row or a pull down, whatever it is, you need to stabilize with your core. And even though it's only not direct work, you need to stabilize your core. And by doing that, so by doing resistance training, you indirectly work on your abs, okay? Super important. So again, quick summary: make sure you do the exercises with proper form, make sure to select exercises that actually fit your fitness level, and then what I highly recommend is actually doing resistance training, okay? Good. Now, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. If not, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, see you in the next one.